What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. So I've been talking about so much about the iPhone 11s and the new iPhones that I totally kind of, lost sight of my main purpose in life, and that's to spread awareness of older iPhones and how awesome they are. And for my specific iPhone SE, 6S, 6S Plus, 7, and even 7 Plus users, I want to tell you guys and alert to you that iOS 13, from all the devices that I've been testing, I have multiple versions of even the same phones. iOS 13, even though I dog on it all the time and I feel like they can do a much better job, I think it has been an awesome experience in my opinion so far from what I've been testing. Okay, now I'm going to preface that whole thing by saying there are still some bugs, there are still some stability issues. I feel like battery life could be better on some select models. The SE has been pretty good. The 6S actually has been pretty decent. My 7 Plus is alright as well. It's just mostly my 7, but what I can tell you is that if you're going to go and upgrade to iOS 13, which I would highly recommend you to do, I would say make sure you do a backup. That's the first thing. But so far, what I can tell you is from my whole entire time experiencing with it and using it on my older devices, I've rarely ran into any problems really. So even stepping back to iOS 12, when I was using it, it was super stable. I'll be honest. It's been stable even since the first version. There were some minor bugs here and there, but as far as I can tell, there weren't any crazy bugs that made me, lure away from recommending it to people. But the exact opposite was iOS 11. I was telling people when that came out, I was like, dude, stay on iOS 10. However, iOS 13, I think, is more in line with iOS 12 right now than it is with iOS 11. And I made a video talking about specifically on my iPhone 7 and how iOS 13 has been boot looping my phones. So for my specific iPhone 7 users, I will definitely recommend you back up your devices. It did not only break one of my iPhone 7s, but it broke two of them, two completely different. They're from even different phone networks. Whether that has anything to do with anything, it probably doesn't. But they were two completely iPhone 7s, and I don't really understand what happened there. So for those people, I would really recommend you back your device, back up your photos, all your iCloud backups, make sure you back up even the backups, and then go and update your device. The update is coming on September 19th, so this Thursday, next Thursday, whatever. So literally less than 6 days away, we will be able to go over the air update to our iPhone 7s and SEs and 6Ss and all that. And I love the fact that Apple actually went back and updated even the 6S and even the SE. The SE is newer than the 6S, but there were a lot of reports that Apple was going to cut ties with the SE. They were going to go and stop supporting it, but I'm so happy they did not do that. So if you own an older iPhone, I would say, dude, iOS 13 should kind of breathe more life into your phone. You're getting dark mode, you're getting the swipe keyboard, you're getting all those cool little features that even the newest of newest iPhones have, except for some select features like the 11 Pro has, the camera settings and all that the 6S and SE probably won't get. But what I'll tell you is that I would say like 90% of or even like 95% of the features that iOS 13 is going to be on like the iPhone XS and the iPhone 11 will be ported over to your iPhone. So the reason that's a big deal is because with past versions of iOS, Apple kind of left the best features for the newest phones. I'll give you an example. With the past version, iOS 12, Apple introduced group FaceTime, and what they did was that with the newest iPhones, you could do it, but you needed at least 2 gigabytes of RAM in order to run group FaceTime. So what Apple did was with the iPhone 5S, 6, and 6 Plus, you could not technically do group FaceTime on your phone. You can do group FaceTime audio call, but you could not do group FaceTime with video call. So the 6S and SE you could, but with iOS 13, Apple really didn't put any stipulations with that. At first, I was assuming that with dark mode, they were only going to keep that on OLED versions of their phones. But actually, that's not the case. They actually ported it over to all their phones, which is so awesome, and I love that. Having dark mode on my iPhone 6S is so cool, and I literally love seeing that. And even on phones like my 7 Plus and 6S Plus with that big screen, I don't feel like I'm using like a super outdated device. I compare it even to my 10R, and the 6S Plus and the 7 Plus actually have higher resolution screens than the 10R. And I'm like, man, this is still an awesome device. It still has so much power in it. In my opinion, I don't think iOS 13 necessarily increases the speed, but that doesn't necessarily mean that over time it couldn't. We're still on we're on the GM right now, but we're going to get the official version very soon in the 6 days. So once 13.1 comes out, which is set to release on September 30th, we're supposed to be getting all cool little bug fixes, all those things. And I think bug fixes are more important than features right now because we already have a ton of features on even the first release of iOS 13. So what I want to tell you is that without a doubt, iOS 13 has been a trip. I've ran every single beta on almost all my iPhones. And what I can tell you is that Apple did a super huge justice for the older iPhones by supporting basically all the features on iOS 13 onto all the older iPhones, even the oldest of the oldest, the 6S, even the SE, which is super, super cool. And I love seeing that. So if you have an older iPhone and you have ran the iOS 13 GMs or betas or whatever, let me know your experience in the comment section below. Also, if you're watching this after iOS 13 has been released officially. Let's say you're watching this 2 weeks from now. Let me know how iOS 13, the official build, has been on your device in the comment section below if you want to let me know. Or you can DM me on Twitter if you want. It doesn't really matter. But that's pretty much it, guys. If you have any questions or anything, leave it down in the comment section below. Hit that like button. That will mean so much. But definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count. So it'll mean so much if you guys can hit that. Also, check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my second channel. All those links are linked down below. I'd really appreciate it if you guys could check it out. But more importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.